What would be your bucket list of things to do in Brazil if you travel here? This country is known for many landmarks and experiences, but when I landed here after a new dart throw at the world map, I also discovered a bunch of lovely people, a piece of paradise that rarely you could find anywhere else, a statue that makes people cry, my new favorite drink, Piranha, and the new complete view of Rio de Janeiro by flying above it. All that was featured in the last episode, so today you will witness something entirely different. Sleeping in the Amazon jungle, swimming with piranhas, and an anomaly that's hard to explain. How two rivers meet, but their waters do not blend. Are you ready? My name is Sorin. I throw darts at the world map and travel wherever they land. To make my Brazil trip even more interesting, during the last episode, I decided to throw a challenge on the internet and see who wanted to join me here. They had only 2 weeks to get to Rio and also had to do what I do. Therefore, I needed to create a bag full of surprises, and that included an Amazon rainforest visit. I call this challenge the Spark Experience, and this time I got a lot of people coming.
Yeah, it's actually a group of fairly different people from fairly different walks of life, but we're kind of at similar places in our lives, I think, and so.
If you missed the last episode, the group and I had a great time in Rio and Arraial do Cabo, but the time has come to move to what most of these folks and myself were extremely excited about, the incredible Amazon jungle.
Well, this whole experience is a bucket list item. So the entire Amazon, the entire Rio and Brazil. Brazil is it's an absolute bucket list item. I've always wanted to do it since I was a little girl.
I love everyone who came on this trip because they're all special. Otherwise, I would have not accepted them to come.
I love to see Brazil because, I can feel in my soul too. And belong, some belongs.
If it wasn't for travel by dart, I probably wouldn't have come. But I think I'm actually looking forward to doing all the things here in Brazil.
They had no idea what was about to happen. How do you get to the rainforest? First, you must take a long domestic flight to Manaus, in the north of the country. Manaus is the entrance point of the Amazon, but is also a very vibrant city with 300,000 people and a plethora of unique buildings and architecture. If you're lucky to catch an event related to the city or the culture, you will be in for a treat. Thousands of people come out on the streets and party like there is no tomorrow. But our business is the Amazon jungle, for which we still have to travel quite a lot, even after getting to Manaus.
To the Amazon!
Visiting the rainforest is no joke, so I took the group to the Manaus port to embrace a new method of transportation. Before getting to the final destination, we received a breathtaking nature gift, meeting the rivers. This is one of the coolest things you'll ever see. The Solimões River and Rio Negro, they actually flow side by side for about 6 kilometers, and they do not blend. And the reason they don't blend is because of the temperature, because of the speed, and the density of the waters. And I've been all over the world, but I've never seen such thing.
These two rivers, they never got together. I saw pictures. It's one thing to see a picture and different things to go and experience.
After the initial half-an-hour drive from Manaus to the port and this 1-hour ride by speedboat, we are still 2 hours away from our final destination, a remote lodge in the heart of the Amazon. Now it's time to use combis.
The guys that were driving us out there, like they were whipping those things around. I mean, they were racing each other, trying to pass each other. And like one guy would like kind of pull over as if he was gonna let the other guy pass him, but like it was because there was a puddle coming up. So he would just send the other dude up to like blast into the puddle.
After another 1 hour ride by a different speedboat, we started to see incredible wildlife, such as dolphins and caimans, which is the Amazonian type of alligator. And we finally got to the lodge.
It's very rustic, and I like that kind of stuff. Like one of all my friends said, he said, if any of us could go in one of those Survivor shows, you could do it.
We set up shop, rested, had a late dinner, and got ready for what's about to become the wildest week one could ever have. And I'm not talking about parties, but this. This is Amazon 101.
It has a lot to offer, but it's got a reputation, I guess, among Americans as being sort of a very exotic location, so.
Today it's all about fishing piranhas and swimming in as many places as possible. If they are together in the same place and at the same time, even better. So the question is, can you swim with the most ferocious fish in the world? You sure can. This is a magical place.
We hiked through the jungle, got to the water, and jumped in. The water was warm, beautiful, and then people started fishing, which, my mind of fishing is like fishing rods. Nope, they're just sticks attached to line. And then they started reeling in piranhas one after one after one. So I'm like, all right, time to get out. So you're like literally fishing or swimming with all these piranhas and then just catching them with chicken out of all things.
Who would do that? Who in their right mind would go swimming with caiman, damn dinosaurs, and piranha who eat anything that moves? But we did.
Swimming in the Amazon River along with the piranhas and the dolphins and who knows what else is in there, side by side with nature, and nothing happens to you.
I had faith that I was a stronger swimmer than the other swimmers that were with me. So I'd be, well, some of them.
I was not afraid to get in the Amazon River. That was one thing I knew I was going to do with no caution. Because if our guide said, we swim with them all the time, hey, if he can swim with them, I can swim with them.
To swim in the Amazon, I mean, so you had people were fishing for piranhas like 10 feet beside you. You were swimming. There's a dolphin, 100 yards away. There's a caiman over there. That was pretty cool. I mean, I think that was the coolest thing on the trip.
I'm glad we decided to swim before we saw how easy it was to catch piranhas, because in my head it was going to be a trickier thing to catch. I thought we'd have to, like typical fishing, be there for 10 minutes before you could catch a fish. So when you jump in the water, you swim around and then stand on this log that was in there, just to find out that really in 3 seconds you can catch a fish. So how many of these little prawns were swimming around us is kind of a cool feeling.
There must have been a lot of them right there, because you didn't hardly have your stick in the water and they were right on it,
Swimming with piranhas was a little bit maybe too daring, but hey, did it, done it, check mark. Dirty water in the Amazon River, it wasn't so dirty when you get close to it, and how many amazing creatures they live in Amazon.
So here in the Amazon we have 22 species of piranhas.
Oh wow,
okay?
Really?
So this is one of them,
yeah.
Spotted one. So the red belly one is the more aggressive. Okay, the red belly, we call it cashew piranha.
I did fish. You don't need a fancy reel, you don't need technology, you need a stick and you need fishing line and bait. And you certainly don't get your fingers near their mouth.
as I'm the living proof that swimming with piranhas is not what the world believes because of some crazy legends, I have to say that piranhas do attack humans, but only if they are bleeding or if it's around April, when in this area is their mating season. Until then, I will eat the piranhas and not the other way around. The night in the Amazon is just as adventurous as the day, maybe even more. We're off to catch and release caimans. But how exactly do you spot one when it's pitch dark outside? If you point the flashlight at their eyes, they shine like fireflies. Then you grab them quickly by their neck and ensure, again, it's not the other way around. Or let the professionals do it.
So this species gets 6 meters in length, okay? So we have like 3 species of caiman here in the Amazon. So this is one of them, we call the black caiman. And we have another one called a spectacle caiman.
Yeah.
Another one, the third one is called a stone caiman. So this gets 6 meters, and the spectacle caiman get 3 meters, and the stone caiman gets 1.5 meters.
Okay.
So this is the more bigger one.
Yeah.
So here in the Amazon, we don't have crocodiles. No crocodiles in the Amazon. Okay? You only could find in Australia, in Africa, and in the United States you find alligators in Florida. So the only difference between caiman and a crocodile is because caimans, they don't have a tongue. That's the only difference, you see? No tongues. So crocodile have a tongue and caiman don't have a tongue. So caiman, they cannot eat underwater. They cannot attack you, and they could attack but not eat you.
Feels like I'm holding high-end shoes, man. The texture, the poor guy. We're gonna let him go, right?
Yeah, after
Yeah, so he's not gonna die. He's gonna be okay. He survived a lot of attacks, probably.
Yeah.
Looks alright. He looks like a good family.
Yeah. The teeth is really sharp, you see? As dentists.
Yeah.
When they bite you, you get bacteria from the teeth. Okay, when they bite you, you get infection, inflammation, because they don't, how to say, it's like they eat like really rotten meats, like dead animals, dead fish. That's how they get their teeth is really bad. The bite, they don't lose you. They keep biting. So you have to make like a massage or something on the nose to open the mouth. I get bitten many times already by caimans.
Really?
Yeah. So just watch carefully here on the eyes.
Yeah.
You see?
Uh-huh.
So it's a contact lens. So that's to see underwater and protect them from upset. When they dive, they use the second eyes. This here. They have a nose, they have ears here, you see? They see, they hear, they smell. Okay. They eat fish. Fish, birds, frogs. Okay? So when they get bigger, they could eat like capybaras, deers, and small snake.
They eat cows?
Cows sometimes, but it's not really, it doesn't happen often here.
Okay.
Maybe, okay? So caiman, she lay 30 to 60 eggs, okay? But most of them, they don't survive because of the predators, like boas, anacondas, eagles, piranhas. Piranhas attack them when they were babies, like they are like 32 centimeters when they're babies. So the mother, she abandoned them after 30 days. And that's how they get eaten by predators. Okay? Even the caimans could eat small ones too. You know, they're like cannibals. So they use the back tail, you see? For swimming.
8?
Is he okay? Oh.
Yeah. And the day has come for the supreme test, sleeping in the actual jungle. We hiked all day with our backpacks and our two amazing guides, Raul and Gonzalo, and we got up close and personal with the nature. First was the miracle ants tree, where a simple hands rubbing would protect you from mosquitoes and other small insects smell stronger than a bug spray.
Flavor.
Then moving to the next level.
He changed his whole body there. This is the old one, and this is the new one.
So he left behind the old body
Yeah.
and he got a new body.
Yeah.
These two people, Gonzalo and Raul, they went really deep in my heart because they tried so hard to show us stuff we never experienced before. And I'm really sure what they did, it wasn't a motivation of money. They did it because they feel it. They want us to feel good.
And finally, we got to our camping place.
The jungle, in general, I was scared of because my sister said that the bugs will be coming to eat me. So I had the special outfit for the jungle, which I really didn't need.
The Amazon is mind-blowing. We're going to be sleeping in a rainforest while it's raining, and hammocks all lined up, one right next to the other.
Nobody believed that I would do this because they're like, oh, there ain't no way. There's no way. You won't even go camping. But the fact that I would get this dirty and no makeup and look like crap all day long, I can't believe I'm here.
First, I can say this is one of the best group I ever had. Like, I'm gonna tell you, everybody is awesome. I love it. To me, this is the best group I ever had.
And it was a great night. We hung the cocoon, our hammocks, and we all snuggled into our little cocoon for the night. Like, it was so cool.
It was the best trip I ever had.
I definitely did go out of my comfort zone a few times.
Life is so short and you have to get it, like you can't think that you're gonna be able to put it off and get to it later. You have to tackle it now, and so many people wait to live their lives when they should be living it every single day.
Well, I think too, for people to get out of their comfort zone, it's important because you can't just live your life in like a sheltered way. It shows you way more of what's out there in the world. And then it also gives you a little bit more confidence to do more things. But life is too short. So you need to take advantage of the time that you can in order to get those things all checked off. Because you may never know, you may die tomorrow.
And life is short indeed. Unfortunately, shortly after we left Manaus, we lost Raul to an unexpected twist of fate that had nothing to do with his job. But because I want to leave you watching this episode on a lighter note, enjoy this short recap of what just happened over the last couple of weeks here in Brazil, where I have made friends for a lifetime and collected a million memories.
This is definitely my favorite trip that I've been on, and I've been on a lot of trips.
Every day has been something amazing. When you're doing stuff like you're traveling down the Amazon River, you have to pinch yourself.
The last 10 days that I've been here, it was the best experience I've ever had. The Spark experience is basically for people that want to try something different, not your usual all-inclusive thing. People that want to try different adventures, because every trip is different.
Introducing yourself to things that you didn't know was out there. It's meeting new people, taking that positive energy back home with you. It's making you realize what's out there.
It was life-changing. This experience has been incredible. I've checked more things off my bucket list than I even knew I had.
We fished for piranha and we did it with sticks.
Every day is a precious day, so might as well. Let's go to make it.
Trying new things, trying new food, mingling with the new friends that we met, and creating even stronger bond with older friends.
The party boat, that was one of the best days, but actually, when I think about it, every day was the best days.
The boat trip was probably one of my favorite things. Second favorite things would be the Amazon boat ride. Just, I mean, with the wind in your face and the water and just that tranquility is just really exciting, so.
The jungle was definitely the biggest highlight. To be in the middle of all that wildlife and to feel the energy coming off of it was truly absolutely amazing.
Having done other Spark experiences, I have a lot of faith that it'll be fun but safe and adventurous without being dangerous.
I got to sleep under the full moon in a hammock in the middle of the jungle, listening to all the creatures.
Sleeping in the hammock was definitely one of my highlights for sure.
Spark experience!
It was the best trip I ever had. I just feel the suitcase, it's heavier, not because the clothes, because the memories.
You're feeling great.
It was beyond my expectation.
It was a very unique experience. Did some things that I didn't expect that I would do, things that I didn't know about to do, to be honest.
Best experience of my life. I would absolutely recommend it to anybody.
It was fantastic.
Best time ever.
This trip was absolutely amazing. The people I met on this trip are one of a kind.
You should do this. Everybody should do this.
It's tough to beat the experience in Brazil, but my journey has to continue since the dart throw always guides it. The reason I got to Brazil is that I asked a few friends while we were in Colombia to throw the dart at the world map on my behalf. So because the only two darts that landed on that map hit Brazil and Argentina, I didn't want to choose just one country. So Argentina is now my next destination and the host of the episode that's coming up. Be part of my next adventure in discovering a fascinating country and learn a series of unique things such as what a gaucho is, how the tango was invented, what's so special about the Malbec wine, and more. Meanwhile, I hope one day you will join me for a Spark experience. Thank you for watching.